purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Hi, everyone.
What's going on?
Welcome to Keanvenient Truth. We're starting early today, which is nice. It's like, then we have the rest of the day to just do what we're going to do. I don't know, go to the gym. I'm still training for this 5K, so I'm very excited to get to the gym.
Yep.
Get a nice bowl from the gym, which I love their bowls. I'm obsessed.
Because it's loaded with sugar.
Their bowls? Still? The spirulina?
I mean, yes, it's a better
I think it's
form.
better than Pliables.
Yeah, well, it's a better form because it's like, it's like sugar attached to like fibers and fruit and stuff like that. But like, it's still sugar. It's probably still got like 30 grams of sugar in it.
30 grams of sugar?
For sure. I mean, look at all the blueberries, strawberries. There's the peanut butter that's in there. There's the what's it called? The actual bowl stuff.
The spirulina?
The spirulina, yeah, but it's like a
It's
frozen
like coconut frozen base.
Yeah, so that's mango and banana blended up. So that's like a shitload of mango and banana. Right?
My addict is like,
I know. That's like you're like,
oh,
it's so healthy. So but you should only limit yourself to like once a week with those. You shouldn't be having them like multiple times a week.
Man, I mean, this is what drug addicts do, right? With like, let's say like they get sober, right? But then they're like chain smoking or drinking
they
coffee
find
like
the other
crazy,
thing
right? It's like now my addiction is bowls, because I'm like, well, it's better than cake.
I feel like you've been converting your addiction to the working out and the running and stuff.
Yeah.
But now within that, you found another addiction there at the location.
At the location. At the location.
Right.
Oh my God. Because I get excited, actually. Right. What goes through my head, through my head is that, so because, like, I don't really enjoy working out, but I do like running, but it's just like, I have to push myself. So what gets me is I'll be like, okay, it's going to be fun. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go run, do 2 miles. And then after, I'm going to reward myself with a bowl. And I can't wait to have this bowl. And then that's what really, I'm like excited to hurry up the run so I can have the bowl. This time I'm going to run, then do some weights, then have the bowl.
I think you should delay your gratification on that for like maybe 1 bowl at the end of the week after you've gone to the gym multiple times or something. I mean, you can't be doing that.
Oh, but I don't go to the gym. Like, I didn't go to the gym this Wednesday, and then I didn't get to go to the gym on Saturday. So this is I've actually had no bowl this week.
Okay.
Wait, I went to the
gym
you did.
To get a bowl. You did. You just went there to get the bowl and didn't even work out.
I did. I went there with Soul and got one because we both love them.
The addiction.
Oh my God.
Are you just realizing this right now?
No, I've known it, but like, I haven't really wanted to like tell myself that because it's a bowl. Well, I have to get one today. I've already told myself in my head that I have to get this bowl after I'm done working out. This is what addiction looks like. This is what addiction looks like. Obsessive compulsive routine looks like.
Now, speaking of with that, like the common person, most people, they don't even realize that they are. Everyone is basically addicted to sugar in America, right?
Oh,
but like because it's like everywhere and it's in everything, and culturally everybody's just like, oh yeah, have a popsicle, have a fucking ice cream or whatever. That they don't realize. But if you were to remove sugar from your diet, even for like a day or two, you would quickly realize that you need that shit, right?
Fast. Like quick realize it.
I mean, that's a huge part of our health epidemic here in America, and people don't even know it. It's an addiction to sugar, and RFK is coming to save the day. Hopefully, he gets voted in. I mean, they've really been delaying his confirmation here. He's had 2 days of hearings. Tulsi Gabbard had the same thing, and she already got confirmed.
And what is she going into?
She's the intelligence director.
Intelligence, okay.
Yeah, like Central Intelligence.
But has anybody else? What about the head of the
other guy,
CIA guy?
FBI. Kash Patel. No, he also has not been confirmed yet, but
yeah,
he looks like he's got the numbers though. And apparently RFK has the votes as well. But I think that is probably taking place hopefully tomorrow. And we're going to make America healthy again.
Well, I will say, oh my God, imagine if there was like no sugar in anything.
Well, we need some sugar, but
right?
the amounts that we're consuming as Americans is insane. Like insane. Like we really should be, you should be somewhere around, and this is being very generous as well, like around the 20, 30 grams a day max. Really, you should probably be around like 15 or 10.
Jesus, I mean, people have like when I go to the grocery store and I look at bars, like in one bar
is like 10.
It's fucking like not even. I saw something the other day. I forgot what it was. It was like 60. I was like, what
60?
What
the fuck was it?
Oh, what was it? What was it? I can't remember. But I know. But to shock me, with sugar is like a big deal. Like when I get shocked, I'm like, whoa.
Well, now you're like starting to like, at first it was like the only thing you read was gluten-free.
Yeah.
And that took like 6 months to read that part of it. And then it's like, now you're looking at the sugar and still avoiding the dairy part of it. Whenever you see dairy, you don't even like look at that. You don't care.
No. I do care about the dairy. Especially now it's sold because ever since you came down on me for it. But I really do. And I really am paying attention now. For myself, if I'm like at a restaurant and I want to get a meal and it's gluten-free, but they're like, oh, it's got some dairy in it, but I don't want anything else on the fucking menu, I'm getting that meal because I'm like, it's not going to fuck up my life. Like dairy, I know that gluten, it'll fuck my life up. Like that hits me every time. And if I eat like roughage, popcorn.
Well, there was like dairy in that from the butter.
Interesting. Maybe that's what did it because I did overdo it. I mean, I was like watching Baby Girl. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that movie. Watch it. It is wild. But like I was watching it just with my mouth wide open and then just like this, like, and nobody else. I actually looked at the girls and I was like, I'm the only one eating this popcorn. Almost finished the whole thing.
On top of it, it wasn't even like organic.
It was shit.
It was like shit Target popcorn.
It was Target popcorn. How'd you know that?
Because I already inspected it earlier on that day.
This is what I live with, you guys. This is ridiculous. I have
you hit it underneath the fucking cabinet.
I have no food privacy at all in this house. Like anytime save your life. I bring something into the house and I put it somewhere, he finds it. And then later on, he'll be like, yeah, so I saw you got that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I put it like in the bottom cabinet, all the way in the back. Like, you're not even home when I do that. It's like you sense that there's something in the house,
some shit
that shouldn't be in the house. It's like
smell the fucking butter and sugar.
I have no privacy, no food privacy.
Well, you said you want to have this magical day when we're older and we die together at the same time.
I do.
It's not gonna fucking happen if you keep doing this shit. I'm going to be alive for 20 more years, living a whole other life after you pass away. Sad to say.
You're going to die of a heart attack before I die of anything else.
No, not anymore because I've made the shifts. We are a private practice. I am like basically the office manager / life coach / numerologist, and that is my new chill life.
We'll see. We'll see what happens down the road. We'll see how bored you get. We'll see how antsy you get. We'll see what thing pops up that you're like, oh, this is a great investment. I need to do this.
I
We'll
have.
see.
Well, listen, I know myself, and I will have to do that. But I'm limiting myself. First off, we have to get this whole practice, like running like a well-oiled machine. This is my goal, right? And then I will look into other things, to just one other investment of like some business, or maybe like a rental property or something like that. And that will keep, between those things, that'll keep me busy, but not overly stressed.
We'll see.
Like, I still have to be able to just be able to go on vacation for a week and not like mentally die.
February is the first vacation that I feel like no. It's the first week long, like 5-day long vacation since our
honeymoon, I think.
Since our honeymoon.
Yeah. And even then
you
Oh, no. Then I was like basically like off. We were right?
No, you were going back and forth from Rhode
Oh,
Island.
we were doing that
here.
then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I've never had a vacation with you where you literally had zero.
And what did we do like when we first moved to Miami? Like,
I went to work.
You were, yeah, that was you were fucking working all the time then.
I was working all the time.
That's why we couldn't do anything then, but I could have gone wherever.
You could have gone wherever.
Interesting. So yeah, no, this is like this. I'm excited about. We're going to West Palm the end of February.
So excited.
And I'm just gonna do nothing. Literally not think about anything, not do anything, just like fucking sit around at the pool, go on a boat or something.
I told Bear and them, I was like, this is the first vacation that we're going to go on where Joe doesn't have to think about anything. It's going to be so great, so much fun. He sold his businesses and he only has like one left and he's like winding down. And she goes, wait, he doesn't smoke weed anymore at all? And it was like this like devastating, like this like, wait, hold on. It's because everyone likes when you smoke weed.
To be honest, I haven't smoked weed in about a month now. Maybe a little bit longer.
Well, it's because you've had this cough for literally a month.
Which I think was because of weed, you know?
It was because it was moldy. Let's be clear.
I don't know. I mean, that's my theory, but maybe not. And maybe it could have been something else. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I think I might just chill. Maybe that'll be like the first time I smoked is down there, you know?
Well, they're looking forward to it. So
yeah. That'll be the restart.
Weed really needs to be legal out in Florida already. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that's so dumb.
Well, I have my medical card, so I can use it down there, I believe.
I don't think so.
I believe you can. Pretty sure.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Transfer. I know in Vegas you definitely can.
Oh, Florida's different.
But now Vegas is recreational now. But before it used to be like medical.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so excited about that. And just, you know, I got like a whole, I'm just trying to like not overly fill my thoughts and time with stuff that is like stressful, because I think that is I'm just so used to like putting out fires and stuff all the time that like it's almost an addiction, and I love being in that state.
But then adrenaline.
But then after like doing that for like a week straight, and then I get a day to myself, then I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck have I been doing? And like I've been maybe ignoring health things with myself or like family time or whatever, and it's just like crazy getting into those things, and I have to like stop myself. So there is the new cap that it used to be like up here. I would push myself to there, but now it's like over here somewhere, you know, like it's
interesting.
It's lower.
That'll be interesting to see, because as I'm staring into this screen that we have here, I'm also looking on the side of our TV, and on the side are all the podcasts that Joe is a part of. that in my mind, I was like, I don't know how he thinks he's going to be able to do all these fucking podcasts with having to do the fucking job he had, with having to be a dad, with having to, I don't know.
No,
but he, thought he could do it. And now I'm like, oh, look at that. Look, you got 3 going on there. 3 podcasts.
There, yeah, but they're not, those aren't consistent. Like the one with Jay, we finished that one up, but we're going to do some other thing at some point.
Right.
We have our Infused with Love stuff that we haven't even really tapped into. We just talked about today about doing small little clips of like mental health stuff. And then Frequency Project with David. He's, we're actually supposed to ramp that back up pretty soon.
Yep.
And then I got my numerology thing that I do on occasion, but it's all like, when I get, this is the one that's like very rigid. Like we have to do this every single week,
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Podcast is just fun.
Well, what do you want to get into? I have a lot to talk about, but my stuff I feel like is all like interesting and cool and like positive, and your stuff is like political.
All right, then we'll just like blast through my stuff, and then we'll get into yours. We'll end with your stuff.
Okay, cool. Because I feel like people are over the political stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so much.
I just really feel like there's just been so much going on, and it's very exciting, I believe. Like the thought of not having income tax, that's not like positive and exciting to you?
I can't really, again, there's some things that are cool, and then there are some things that aren't cool. So, it is what it is. It's like another
well, they've calculated that can add up to approximately something like $2,500 a month in everybody's pocket.
All right, I understand that, but there are other things that also aren't cool. Can you just move on to talk about what you want to talk about so we could be done with this political stuff?
I just did.
Oh, that's it?
Well, no, there's other stuff. I mean, there's the confirmation hearings, which have been like literally like reality TV shows like that are real. And that's the one I wanted to play. The RFK Bernie Sanders. Yes. Okay. Let's do that. I'm excited about this one. So if you haven't heard, so RFK and Bernie Sanders had it out a little bit, and RFK basically called him out on receiving money from pharmaceutical companies. And then Bernie had to admit that he did take.
It was a very passive way of it.
Yeah. But
way of doing it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like if you didn't catch it, then you probably didn't like.
Yeah. We'll just start this one from the beginning, I guess.
This is a good one, actually.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? It's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you. Millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I have
receiver of pharmaceutical money
from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered last question.
There we go.
I'm going to make America healthier.
So he finally at the end, he was like, yeah, I did get 1.5, but out of 200 million, like he didn't get it all. He only got the 1.5.
I felt like watching these, I really was like, this is wild. Like, I feel like it gets so crazy in there. Like people just like go nuts. Like they'll blow up at each other. They come for each other too. Like they come hard for each other. It literally is like watching. It's like I'm watching a reality TV show that's going on. Like, I mean, in a place right now, like it's happening.
This is actually a rare thing because like it's not it's happening because they're just like, it's RFK in there, right? He's like, he's not backing down. He's not gonna like be like, oh, I better not say this because I don't want anybody to like.
No, I
get
feel
their
like it's
feelings
been
hurt,
heated
you know?
even. Excuse me. It's been heated even like without him. Like I've seen, things of like other people in those situations, and it gets heated.
I don't know if you could see this.
I can't see shit. No way.
Yeah, I don't know if you're. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is the donation list from pharmaceutical companies to representatives. Bernie Sanders was actually, more than that. It was 1.9 million. Ralph Warnock, 1.7. Elizabeth Warren, who is another one that really was giving it to RFK too, 1.2.
Look at that. Massachusetts. Is there any Rhode Island in there?
Yeah, actually, I right here.
Where?
Yep, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, who was also fucking complaining about RFK being in there.
How much is he getting?
350,000, not a lot, but
something. Of course, I knew Rhode Island would be up in there.
Of course. How do I get out of this?
CTRL.
What? Control.
Yeah, I always.
Yeah.
That kind of gets me out of things.
CTR. Do you know what CTRL stands for?
Control Alt.
Okay.
So, what's your thing on this? What do you want to get into with it?
I just like to bring these things up to people because maybe people that listen to us, maybe they don't pay attention to these things. And look, now people can just kind of see, okay, that actually happened. This isn't, and that's in the full context too, because I'm sure some of these news corporations, they kind of clip out whatever and piece it together however they want. That's the full context right there.
They definitely clipped out the part when Bernie says, well, 200 million.
Right.
You didn't see that part.
It was I only got 1.5 out of 200. I was supposed to get the full 200.
Yeah, you didn't hear that part.
And then let me just look up, like, Kash Patel had a couple of good ones in there too. Here. Let's see if we can find something interesting.
And this is the one that's going to be over
the FBI. All right, let's see what he says. Oh, it's only 17 minutes there. No, that's not it. I will say there is one part in here where, because a couple years ago he had an interview with somebody and he said that basically he wants to go in the first day as FBI director and shut down the FBI building and fire everybody and fucking turn it into a museum and let the public in. Right. And then one of the representatives kind of called him out on it here.
Yeah.
And he was kind of just like, that didn't happen. I didn't say that. I didn't go that far. But yeah, it was a little much, but all right. There's a senator from Rhode Island right there. White House.
You have an accent?
No, he's probably not from Rhode Island.
That's not Rhode Island.
Yeah, this is Rhode Island.
No, I know, but his voice.
Right.
To witnesses.
Is this the video that you want to show?
Do you now, as a grand jury
I'm
witness,
just watching it.
authorize this committee access to a transcript of your own testimony?
Senator, I authorize this committee to get whatever is appropriate and lawful, as I've said before.
Specifically including the transcript of your grand jury testimony, which you have the authority to authorize us to obtain.
Well, I don't know if I singularly have that authority. I don't think that's how grand jury testimony works. The Department of Justice.
You do, because you are the witness who can do that.
There's also a court order on that case, sir.
Separately, you can get grand jury testimony by court order. The witnesses can always reveal their grand jury testimony. Do you authorize us to get access to your testimony?
I authorize this committee to lawfully obtain any records that they are appropriately allowed to get.
And we are only, you're speaking in circles now, because we're only lawfully authorized to get that with your permission as the witness. Do you give us that permission?
Senator, I'm not an expert on this constitutional standard, and so I can't commit to something
It's not
that
expert.
I don't know.
It's like super simple.
Yeah, that's the other thing about all this too, and this will be the last thing I'll say.
I don't even know what's going on in that clip.
These senators are, first off, it's like being on the news. You know how we got like 5 minutes to talk about this really complex, important fucking thing, right? And it's like every senator has like 8 minutes or some shit like that. And they're just like throwing up words. And then they're like, answer yes or no. And it's like, give me 3 hours and I'll give you the fucking answer, you know, or like, let's have a conversation. It's just like most of these questions that some of these, especially Democratic senators are asking are more complex than a yes or a no. So, and then if they get Cash or RFK or Tulsi Gabbard to be like, well, I'll talk about that, but like, give me some fucking time. Like, let's have a back and forth here. Like, because some of this is not so cut and dry, then the senator is like, see, you can't even answer it. You can't even answer the question. And it's like, dude, fuck you, you know? So that's why I think long form podcasts like ours and Joe Rogan and whatever are the future, because then you get the real truth. You get to sit with people and really understand their thoughts behind every topic, as long as you want to fucking talk about it. You know, what is this whole like, hurry up, let's give me the answer in 3 seconds in a little soundbite so we can put it on the fucking news and take it out of context. You know, it's like crazy. But that's it. What do you got?
I feel like for the next few podcasts, we should not talk about anything political.
Unless something comes up. Everything's happening so fast. I mean, we got the Gulf of fucking America. You got, you know, Trump just put tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
Yeah, Canada now put
and now Canada put them back on us. So, and then there's like literally shooting from the cartels across from the Mexican border right now with the agents down there. That's happening right now with fucking drones. Like the cartels have authorized drones to shoot at fucking agents down there.
The American agents?
Yes.
Oh, because didn't Trump? Oh, right.
Trump declared them as terrorists,
yeah,
which they're doing kind of terrorist type activity now.
Well, now they're pissed, you know.
But what I'm saying is there is so much shit happening right now. I haven't even just scratched the surface. I could go on for the rest of the fucking podcast about shit that is happening right now. I mean, there's the fucking airplanes that are crashing all over the place in Philadelphia, fucking DC.
The airplanes are horrific. And again, I find it very, I don't know what the word is, but like, so you have the American Airlines one, horrific, which again, I told you this morning, there were 2 people, I think it was mother and son. They were from Rhode Island and they were a part of they're a part of Road Home Rescue.
And then I saw like a little, like a boy and a girl who they're like figure skaters or something. They were on the plane too.
Yeah. I think they were like Boston or something like that.
They're like little kids. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so devastating. And then I saw a close up from another angle that was really clear this morning. And I'm like, so at what point when you're like if I'm flying a helicopter, right? And I see an airplane that's ascending, right? That's going up. Then in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm going to move the helicopter. Right? Like I'm going to swerve it.
Well, no, you know, it seems also, we don't know which way the helicopter pilot was facing, really.
How could he?
You want to watch this?
Look how long that is. That's a long time until he gets there.
We'll put it on
the
screen.
Because that's a long time until he. Now again, I know nothing about flying aircraft, so maybe there's something to that. I would love to know.
Right, but I mean, just
explosion
logically, right?
But when you're watching the whole thing,
just logically,
Okay, going.
that airplane is going like 300 miles an hour right now, right? The helicopter, we can't tell from the angle here, but the helicopter could be going this way. It looks like it's going straight at it, but it could be, the plane could be coming from here.
But again, my
and
thing
this could be going over
is,
here.
but my thing is though, at the same time, like, see, we're catching this clip at a certain distance. At what point though did the helicopter didn't see this plane well before?
No, look, see what I'm saying? Look,
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I get he's traveling 300 miles per hour. We're only seeing this clip though with seeing the helicopter starting here, right? I want to see how, like, at what point farther back.
Oh, which one's the helicopter?
The one that's going, the smaller one.
Oh, the one that's coming towards it.
Yes.
Oh, the helicopter hit the fuck. Yes. I thought the plane hit the helicopter.
No, that's the helicopter.
That's the helicopter.
Going straight. Keep going. And now I'm there.
Yeah, something went on.
I want to, like, because again, to not be able to see a fucking a whole airplane from the helicopter at a far distance from that and have enough time to turn the helicopter, I just don't understand that.
Yeah, the helicopter should have more maneuverability.
That's why I'm saying, right, absolutely. The helicopter should have been able to turn and get out of there.
Yo, have you seen this one in Philadelphia though?
Philadelphia's another one.
This looks like a fucking missile.
And that's a plane?
That's a plane. Look,
that's a plane?
It looks like a missile.
Wait, that's a plane?
Yeah.
Like a regular commercial plane?
No, like a smaller Learjet or something like that.
Okay.
And it definitely was. It wasn't like a missile. It looks like a missile, but like they do show like the aftermath, and there are remnants of like pieces of plane and stuff all over the street.
And
right?
So again, do we know? Have we heard anything about that? How the hell?
I know nothing about any of this one. I pretty much don't know anything about any of these, but.
And then there was another one, right?
I don't know. Was there?
Let's see. No, I think it was just Philadelphia and this American Airlines.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's so ridiculous. So, and then I see something again this morning, and it was said something about, and again, I don't know how true this is, but it was saying something about how they're not they're either not ready to release the name of the pilot flying the helicopter or whatever, or they're not something like that. But I catch it on.
I mean, there's a lot outside of the two pilots too. There's the air traffic control at that time, whoever was like in charge of like directing, because these planes, they're just like going by what they're told to do.
Right.
Like stay at this altitude, at this speed or whatever, and that's what you fucking do. And some of them, especially when they're like low like that and they're coming in for a landing, that shit's just on autopilot. Like
but they could grab it at any time. And
they can, but I mean,
autopilot.
But once again, like a plane maneuvering.
A helicopter, though.
The helicopter that's the issue. The helicopter could have maneuvered, I think, out of the way. But I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that shit, so who knows? But it seems strange.
Too, don't you think too that something like that, like, and I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know what happened here, what the issue is, but like, I feel like that could easily have been like a terrorist attack too, right? Like, let's say, because this has happened before, right? Like, how did they get a hold of airplanes and all this stuff to go in for 9/11, right? So it's like, who was flying the helicopter is what I want to know, And then what was going on with that individual? Like, was it like, were they being told something else?
Not paying attention,
or a medical thing?
Yeah.
Was it like a terrorist? I mean, we don't know. There's so many questions. I have so many questions. And I don't trust what the news is saying.
And then another aerial thing, like the drone thing. So they came out, the White House came out and it was like, well, the FAA approved these. They're just, drones. They're saying that they're just regular drones that were approved by the FAA to fly in that area.
Wait, are we talking about still the helicopter and the airplane?
No, I'm talking about, remember the drones in Jersey?
Okay.
That's still going on, by the way.
Oh.
Right. So the White House press secretary came out and and talked about that. And she basically said they were approved by the FAA. So there's so many more fucking questions there. Like, all right, what companies were approved? How long have they been approved? Why are they doing this? What are they even doing? Why is there so many of them? What, like what's happening?
You
gonna pull that up?
Well, no, because what's the connection from that to the American Airlines?
There isn't.
Oh, my ADD. ADD move.
Wait,
what I'm finding, I'm like, man, I really do have traits of ADD. I feel like watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, people are probably like, they have ADD. Because we can switch real quick.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And it's just a matter of hearing something. You say the word great, and now I'm thinking something else.
Hold on. Okay.
I don't want to watch this whole one.
It's fucking 30 seconds.
Okay.
Jesus.
From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy. From President Trump directly.
I got nothing from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, that was a 30-second clip, so.
Well, no, that's all she said. Because then she moved on to other fucking topics after. I watched the whole fucking thing.
Oh.
So that was it. That was the information on the fucking drones. So I don't know. It just seems like there's way more questions.
Then I was watching, here we go, another thing. Then I was watching something about, because we don't hear about Luigi Mangione anymore.
No, we don't.
At all. I have not heard about Luigi. Luigi had all the hype.
I
mean, he had women outside fucking with signs and banners and everything, right? Like, he had all the hype. And now I'm noticing that I haven't heard about Luigi in a minute. Like, the last thing I heard about him was when he went to court with his lawyer, and his lawyer was like, the news is making a spectacle, this is not, blah, blah. And that was it. Other than that, I haven't heard about him. And so then this morning, I'm scrolling on social media and I see like someone posted something and they were like, if you notice Luigi Mangione's not being talked about anymore. And that's most likely because he got too popular. Like, he got too popular and it was too positive. The feedback was positive. It wasn't really negative. So then the news switched up and stopped highlighting him because they
support the health insurance companies.
And they don't want the healthcare industry to get fucked up.
Yeah.
So
because they're getting paid $1.5 million.
Right. It's all connected. So they were like, whoop, no more Luigi because he's not doing it for the health insurance companies. This is bad.
Yeah, we want to try and get the full 200 million from the insurance companies, not just the 1.5.
Positive things going on around him. Although
oh shit, you know what I didn't do this whole time is, and I always forget to fucking do this, is I forgot to change the episode number here. So it's been saying 85 the whole time on the bottom, scrolling on the bottom of the screen.
Another ADD move. We really need to reel this in.
It's fine. It's fun.
I noticed too that like a lot of my friends, I feel like we all do the same thing, which is why we are friends. Like, one of my really like closest friends, Yolanda, right? My other therapist friend.
She was on the podcast.
Right. Yeah. Her and I can literally have a conversation about different things.
We kind of need to get her back on right now with all this political stuff going on.
But still understand what the other person is saying. Like, she'll have a full sentence about like a goat, in North America somewhere, and I'll be like, yeah. So I was watching this show the other day, right? I'll go there. And then she goes to like some car. And then I'm like, but at the end of the day, I heard everything she said and she heard everything I said. And then we high five and it just makes for like an interesting conversation because we're literally not having the same conversation. But I hear you.
That to me, that's so frustrating. I can't do that.
Her and I can do it. And it's literally about like she'll say literally just one word that will trigger a whole other thought in my mind. And then I have to say that thought.
Mm.
And then she has the same thing. So it's just back and forth of a bunch of different thoughts. Speaking of transition out of politics with
the
all these
weave, the
different thoughts,
weave.
weaving is Tourette's. I cannot stop talking about the show that is focused on Tourette's syndrome. I know. I watch these shows, but it's like a docu-series show.
This is why you don't have time to play your drums.
Listen, let's not go there right now, okay? Just look about this. This is actually really interesting. So, and I want to talk about it because Tourette's syndrome is not talked about much at all. It really isn't. And it's not talked about much in the mental health industry. It's not talked about much in the medical industry. And it needs to be because it's such a subtle, it can be so subtle. Like, I can't tell you how many patients I've had that like they didn't even know that they had tics or anything going on. I actually, because I'm constantly observing every little thing that you do, you know, when you sit in front of me, I would pick up on stuff and be like, oh, they're doing this, or this is going, or their eye does this, or their lip does this, or this, and then I'd bring it up and they're like, what? Like they had no idea. So it could be so subtle. So anyway, there's this girl, she's like 22, her name is Baylin, and apparently she's this like, has this TikTok presence, and she's been making videos based around like, you know, her Tourette's and just like living life, and she has a boyfriend, and you know, just like she's doing regular things. But she's a huge advocate also like in the Tourette's community, and she has like a very rare case of Tourette's. I think it's like 1 in 10 people I think have it.
Okay. Like, did they like saying the swear words or?
Yeah. So, and that's called, it's called,
I think I have Tourette's.
Coprolalia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Coprolalia. And that's more of a complex tic where now it's like you're saying like obscene or just inappropriate things. But what's interesting about it, and this is why I weaved, because I'm connecting now to what I was talking about before, is how that works and how she gets her vocal tics, or how anyone who has the coprolalia gets their vocal tics, is they get it from like outside external factors. So like, again, she can hear someone, she could be in a conversation with someone, and let's say they made a joke, you know, and they're joking, and let's say somebody was like, haha, like, fuckhead, you know, like just something dumb like that, right? That can now be a tic.
Whatever that sticks in.
That can now be a tic, and now she's one of her verbal tics is fuckhead. So she was like at an airport standing on line waiting to get through the check or whatever, and there was a sign about Skechers. Literally, she just was standing on line, and then the next thing she said out of nowhere was, "Your mom has Skechers." And then that became her verbal tic, you know? And her mom was online with her. It was funny. So her mom laughed because that was a new one. Because her family knows all of the ones that she says, you know, like she says them. So they know when a new verbal tic comes, you know? So it's just really fascinating and so interesting. But going back to what I was saying, that's how my brain works. My brain sometimes, like I'll pick things up, like when I had my OCD stuff going on, right? Which actually obsessive compulsive disorder is heavily tied to Tourette's, right? So usually when you have Tourette's, you can also have OCD, which makes it 10,000 times more intense, right? So when I talk to you and I hear you say a word, then that word will trigger a whole other thing in my mind. And then that's why I'm coming at you with something else completely, right? Or when I had my insomnia thing going on, right? And my OCD was like on and popping, I could not remember. I was like, turn that song off right now. Like I knew that like any song that I listened to, I could not even play the song. I would listen to nothing in the car, because if I heard any song, bam, my obsessive compulsive disorder would take that song, fucking install that song into all parts of my brain. And now the only thing that my brain is saying from morning to night is some fucking Disney song.
Right.
You know,
it's the Disney songs. This is what I'm talking about. I think that there's the way that they're created are meant to get in your fucking brain, because it's only the Disney songs that I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, "You're welcome." No, 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 no. It's always that song too.
Well, you know what it is for me too. It's that one, and then now she listens to like any like Jonas Brothers song or like something like some poppy song, some like Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh my god, I can't get it out of my head, and it'll go.
I just don't let her listen to it. I just say, listen, don't you want to find new stuff? Like, you're just 5 years old. There's so much music out there. Let's just play a couple songs.
But it could be any song for me when I'm in the height of the OCD.
Oh, you're back on you. Oh, I was talking about soul.
Well, no, I've been on the Tourette's. Is actually what I've been on. You're trying to weave out of it.
But dude, it's been going on for way too long. Like, this whole Tourette's in your TV show, like you went through this whole fucking thing that I don't care about.
It is so, well, I don't care about fucking RFK and your fucking politics.
Well, you should, because he's going to make you healthy again.
But this Tourette's is so fascinating and it's under talked about. And I actually think that people should pay more attention in terms of just like little tics or little things. Not saying that all tics are Tourette's, but it is so subtle. I can't tell you how many patients I have to like confront of like, look, like go see your doctor, because there's lots of like facial tics going on, etc., eye tics, and people don't realize.
Yeah, all right, I'll get into that. Like, what do you think that that is? Is that like, because I almost catch myself. I feel like I've caught myself on this episode right now, like where I'll just like need to like do something or look at something. I think it's like the comfortability that you have in your own mind and body.
Wait, but give me examples. This is interesting. I didn't know this.
Yeah, no, I'm very aware of myself all the time. So like, I've gotten so much better at it. But like, you know, if I'm like listening to somebody, and especially if I'm listening to somebody about something that I don't really care about, then I'll just kind of like maybe like look around. I'll adjust my seat usually or something like that.
Do you have to do that?
No, it's just a thing, and it's like it's an avoidance of like, because I'm not really into it, but I
So have you ever tried to not do those things in those moments?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
What does it feel like when you try not to do those things?
It feels slightly uncomfortable, but I've been doing it for so long now that I'm like, okay, like just pay attention, Joe, you know? But what I'm saying is I can relate to others.
Oh my God, you do have this tic thing that you do. I don't know if you realize it, but it's with your throat. You clear your throat, like in like certain situations when you're talking to people, you're like, and you do that.
Oh yeah.
Have you not noticed that?
I haven't noticed that one, but I have been having this lung thing for like the past month.
No, I'm not talking about that. Since I met you, whenever you're speaking and you're like, just like, let's say it's usually about stuff that maybe you aren't so 100% like knowledgeable about. And so it could be a nervous thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a nervous thing when you do it. And that could be a nervous tic, actually.
But I mean, what I'm saying is like, what do you think that stems from? Do you think it's an internal mental thing where it's a slight moment where you're kind of like almost, what's the word, of avoiding or like trying to like take away the focus on yourself or something like that?
Not necessarily. Not if it's like an actual tic. If it's an actual tic, that has nothing about avoiding anything. It's because we
like
have
a subconscious thing.
Well, tics have to do with your nerves too, right? So there's medical and mental health mixed together.
Oh, okay.
It's neurological, yeah.
All right. So that, because I've met a lot of people that are like they go like this a lot, or like it's a lot with their like shoulders, and just like while you're talking to them, they're just like yeah, just like, and so that's like a tic. But
I don't know for that person, but
I think that is due to like probably heavy metal overdose, because you got heavy metals, neurological shit going on, electricity and metal don't go,
it's interesting. I mean, I know that one of the most extreme, like this is for like, like actual Tourette's, like, because again, you can have tics and not have Tourette's, right? So, but for like actual Tourette's, they're like most severe treatment, which I think would be more targeted towards like individuals like the girl I was talking about, is they drill into
oh my God,
your brain, like into your head, like into your brain. from here.
So unnecessary.
But people
It's like a fucking lobotomy.
People who've had it done, though, said that it literally drastically reduced their tics and their Tourette's, which were really severe.
Hold on, they're drilling, like, and then what?
This is a great question.
They just we just need to put a hole in your skull, and then you'll be fine.
It's a great question. Surgery for
See, now you got me
Tourette's.
thinking, like, now every time I fucking clear my throat, then I'm like,
oh, it's called DBS, deep brain stimulation. It's a surgical procedure that can be used to treat. Okay. DBS involves implanting electrodes into specific areas of the brain that are involved in the control of tics.
see.
These electrodes then deliver electrical stimulation to these areas, which can help to reduce the frequency and severity of tics.
Listen, I swear to God, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but I swear there's so many people, particularly in America, that are overloaded in heavy metals, and it could also possibly be passed down from like when they were in the womb and their parents were eating foods with lots of heavy metals in it, and it just gets embedded in your brain. You come out born like that. But if you were to do like a severe heavy metal detox with like they do also like a heavy metal detox through like a spinal tap type of thing too. That's for like really severe shit. I bet you could clear a lot of these fucking things up. There was this woman who was she was a cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys, right? She was only like 20 something years old. This just so happened to be the thing that like put her over the edge. She got like a vaccination. Now this was before like COVID too, right? It was just like a flu vaccination or something like that. But because the vaccinations, some vaccinations actually do add aluminums and heavy metals in there for God knows what reasons, which is another reason why RFK Jr. is not anti-vax, but he's like saying, hey, why are these things in there? They don't actually help the problem, right? Anyways, she took this vaccine, it put her over, and she ended up developing what the fuck's it called? Not cerebral palsy, but it was like it was a neurodegenerative disease that like basically you just lose control of your muscles. She was a cheerleader one day, then the next day after that she was crippled.
It's not Parkinson's, right?
Not Parkinson's, but it's like in that realm. It's God, it's got a weird name. Anyways, so she was like couldn't control her muscles, and she's like walking like this, and she couldn't even fucking walk, right? She went to a functional medicine doctor. This was all on the news too. You can go on YouTube and find this girl. If you want, I will do it, but you're probably tired of the story already, probably.
No, actually, this is fascinating.
Okay, you're interested. All right, so we'll look into this.
This is fascinating.
So then she ended up going to a functional medicine doctor. The doctor said, you are overloaded in heavy metals. We need to do severe detox on you. They did it. Back to normal. All right, let me try and find her real quick.
So interesting.
Talk about something, and I'll fucking look at note.
Well, now I'm actually really interested if like there's been any research on
probably not
that and like Tourette's or any kind of neurological like Parkinson's, anything like that. MS.
It's not MS, okay. but all those things I think are curable, and they need to start doing research on heavy metals, and because anything in my mind, I've just always had this sense that it makes sense. It's just a logical thing. I'm not a doctor, obviously, or a scientist, but it just makes sense. Your neurons are firing electricity, like they're not touching, right? That's how a neuron works. It's like they're not touching. The electricity is between the neurons, and that's what makes you think and what sends signals throughout your body. Electricity, you're full of it, right? You're literally a fucking battery.
Yeah.
And you throw foreign heavy metal from processed foods into your body, and they accumulate over the course of a lifetime, you're going to develop Alzheimer's. You're going to develop fucking all these neurological diseases, Parkinson's, whatever. Okay, still looking up.
So interesting. And she played for what? Well, she was a cheerleader?
Yeah. Dallas cheer.
DBS. So going back to this DBS thing, it's wild. So DBS is performed under general anesthesia. Surgeon makes a small incision incision in the scalp and then inserts electrodes into the following brain areas. The electrodes are connected to a small implantable device placed under the skin, usually in the chest. Oh, shit. Then that sends electrical pulses to the electrodes, stimulating the brain as needed. I tell you, these surgeries and like the things that like do people really think about how insane surgery, like serious surgery is? Like that someone, a person, has a skill to do that. Like that doesn't blow your mind. That blows my mind. Like the fact that my dad has literally done surgery in people's eyeballs.
That's crazy.
Which is like, you have to have like,
here she is.
It's tiny.
Okay.
Flu shot. She got the flu shot.
Just the flu shot. All right, let me pull it up on her.
Okay. It's not playing up there.
What? Oh, shit. Why is it playing? Sorry. Oh, I got it on the wrong one. Hold on. I'm a one-man band here.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Go back a little bit.
She claimed she'd been injured by a seasonal flu shot, that it caused a twisted, jerking walk that disappeared when she ran or went backwards. The anti-vaccine movement was struggling, but saw an opportunity and embraced her as its new poster girl.
That's Desiree.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Desiree's not going to talk to you.
But they disappeared when Desiree was outed as a supposed faker.
Were you faking it? Definitely not. Unfortunately, I know the symptoms look bizarre.
Now, 14 years later, she's speaking out for the first time since the ordeal, motivated by the rise in anti-vaxxers and opposed.
So this is like
Yeah,
years.
she'll probably talk about it though.
Well, yeah, but okay. You want to just keep playing? I mean,
yeah, I was actually really
pandemic world. And hoping to warn others who might get caught up in what she calls the anti-vaccine PR machine.
In the end of the day, these people are just going to use you.
COVID-19 wasn't on anybody's minds in 2009, but the country was in the grips of a different pandemic.
We have an update tonight on the swine flu virus.
Swine flu outbreak.
Swine flu death.
While health officials encouraged the public to get an H1N1
I told you.
vaccine,
It's not getting into her story.
an actress was doing the opposite.
Without a doubt in my
say.
All right, hold on. Let me go back. Let me find this might be. All right, woman disabled.
That just looks like someone just like put that together.
Or was it a hoax? Yeah, see now
so
at this because she cured herself. Now
better,
it's like
that's
it's a
why.
hoax.
That's what it was. So because she got better, now everyone's like, oh, she was acting.
Right.
But like, why? Like, why would she stop doing what she clearly loves to do just to?
Right.
Like that doesn't.
All
really...
right. I think women develops neurological disease. Yes. Here we go. Let's try this one. This is like 15 years ago.
Right off the top tonight, a shocking side effect to a routine vaccination.
This started after a flu shot.
You heard her right. A regular flu shot gone horribly wrong. Tonight, the warning this woman wants everyone to hear. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Bolter.
And I'm Sean Yancey. A few weeks ago, Desiree Jennings was training for a half marathon. Tonight, she struggled to walk, talk, even eat, left disabled by a very rare reaction to a seasonal flu shot. Claudia Coffey has more on this serious side effect.
The vast majority of doctors say flu shots are safe. In this case, the FDA says they found nothing wrong with this particular batch, but sometimes there are complications. And that's apparently what happened to Desiree Jennings. And now her life will never be the same.
Here, 26-year-old Desiree Jennings is the picture of health. She's a Redskins cheerleader ambassador and an avid runner. Her life changed forever August the 23rd when she said she got a seasonal flu shot at a local grocery store.
I was training for a half marathon and it all went so fast.
10 days after receiving the shot, she came down with the flu. After that, her health spiraled downwards. She started passing out and had to be hospitalized twice.
Yeah, we went to an urgent care facility and they wouldn't even let her get out of my truck because she was seizing in the back. So they called an
I also
ambulance.
want to find. There's another video of like this is the news where they're like telling you that.
I think we've tapped into
went,
it though. I mean, I think.
But no, there's another one where she goes through the process of actually healing herself.
This is why we have to like.
I know. Well, this is came up off the top of the head, and you said you wanted to like. So.
Well, now you're going to be all obsessive about it, and you're going to keep
I know.
trying, but we're going to have to stop. Just let it go. It's fine. We understand.
Just one more
Joe!
second.
Oh my God.
I feel like it was like a 60-minute thing afterwards, or like John Stamos, not Stamos, what the fuck's that guy's name? There was another episode that showed her whole like recovery.
Okay.
Fine,
We're
forget
done.
about it.
Just shut this.
I'll
just
show it
shut
fucking
down
next time.
because you're gonna be.
You know,
hooked.
your lack of patience is ridiculous.
Well, it's almost 12. We have to go work out. But yeah, I mean, now how did we get to her? How did we get to her? Oh, the neurological stuff. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Are you going to focus more on your throat tics?
I guess. I mean, I don't know what to.
I think yours is just a nervous thing. I think it's like a nervous tick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just so pay attention the next time you're talking to someone and maybe they're asking you a question and it's something that you're not really truly confident about, but you know some information. Pay attention in those moments because that's when it usually happens.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, listen, my whole point, getting back to this video, is like
Oh my God, you're back on the video?
Yeah, because
I want everyone to also know that you're watching obsessive compulsive behavior at its finest.
Because
right
all
now.
this showed you
stop.
was, yes, she got some sort of disease from the flu shot, which was not even the point.
And then
the point
again,
was the
he's
recovery.
trying to convince himself as to why it is that he has to play the rest of the video and he has to find the rest of the video. When at the end of the day, we know you told us she went to the functional medicine doctor.
Yeah, but I want you to just hear it from her.
Right. Okay.
Right?
So you're going to keep doing this for
Well,
how long?
I don't know. It's an old video. Clearly, YouTube
How
has
about
gotten rid of it.
How about you? You know what? Actually, maybe the video's gone.
It's a conspiracy.
Because they want everyone to think that she was faking. Actually, the girl who has Tourette's I'm talking about, Baylin, poor thing, people in her town have thought that she was faking it. And I'm like, why would anyone fucking walk around saying the things that she's saying and doing what she's doing, faking that? Like, that just doesn't even it's ridiculous. You're still trying. All right.
Still trying. All right, forget about it.
You need to
Whatever.
stop. You're on a video right now, just to still see. You need to stop. No one sees what you're doing.
I'll look at it later. Yeah, exactly. We could just be talking and I could be living my life over here, fucking trying to find this shit out.
Because I want our viewers to know what OCD looks like.
No, normally at another podcast, you would have like other fucking people working for you in the background,
on a Theo
searching
Von,
this shit out.
on a
But
Joe
I do everything.
We're not that.
You just show up and just talk about whatever. You don't even know what's going on back there.
You know,
right?
Actually, what you should do is you should play Baylin so that people actually understand the severity of what I'm talking about, because people need to understand this. This can happen with your kid. Her story, actually, fuck that. Her story, when she was younger, like 3, 4, 5 years old, her parents noticed that she had these things that they did, but they just thought it was like, she's 3, she's 4. It's like kids do weird shit, So they weren't really focused on it until she got older, and then it became really apparent, and they were like, okay.
Right,
so
but
then
we're not
these different things.
giving these people any solutions. That's why I'm trying to find the video that shows her talking about exactly the process that she went through. But we're just showing like, oh, this person got fucked up. This person got fucked up.
No. Can you please listen? because we have to clearly look deeper into the other video, can you please show Baylin?
Baylin. I'm gonna switch up this.
She's amazing. She actually really is. She's actually funny and has like an amazing personality.
All right, I'll just go here. Baylin. B-A-Y?
Len. B-A-Y-L-E-N. No, one word. Baylin.
Oh, that's one word.
Her name is Baylin.
Baylin Levine?
Dupree.
Tourette.
Oh, I love her. Everyone should follow her too if you get a chance to.
She's on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, she's great.
Can I just play this one? Or?
Yeah, sure. Play a little bit of it.
Explains life with severe Okay. Dr. Phil's amazing too. It's another thing.
Yeah, I'm like really up on. Ever since I watched the show, I'm really like, you know what? I used to actually really like focus on Tourette's with my patients, just in terms of observing little things, and then the kind of like, I need to get back on that because it is so.
She's pretty too.
She's so pretty.
My name is. You're not. You're not. My name is Baylin. I suffer with Tourette syndrome. Hello. Yeah. I started showing myself on TikTok having Tourette's because other people were making me feel ashamed of who I was. When I went to go see my first neurologist, I was doing everything from hitting off my head to throwing things to kicking. He pointed at me when my mom was crying and he goes, "Look at her. She can't work. Oof. She can't drive. She can't go to school. She can't do anything." It was very disheartening and heartbreaking. Even though my doctor said that to me, I got a job. It was really stressful. I actually had someone come in the store and refuse service from me because they didn't want to catch my condition. I actually had a mental breakdown at work one day because no one else is helping me, no one's sticking up for me. I'm just left up here with hundreds of people who just are making fun of me. Then I was in a store one day and a girl took videos of me. I left the store that day in tears and I was like, where are those videos going? Yeah. I decided it was time for me to take my power back and not let people take advantage of who I am. This is a disability and it's not a joke. People have accused me of faking Tourette's, but I've never heard one person say they want to live this way. I'm 19 years old and I can't go to concerts. I wasn't able to go to my senior prom. I can't go out to dinner. I can't drive, but I have an amazing boyfriend. I'm living with my best friend next year. I'm in college and I still plan on becoming a nurse. Just because I have Tourette's does not mean that I have to be trapped and kept away from society. Oof.
Right, so now I think she moved out of her parents' house, but with the show, it starts with her living at home, and then she's trying to get her parents to trust her enough and get her tics manageable so that she can be independent and move out. But they can't trust her like in a kitchen because when she has her tics, she's held knives before and sharp objects, and it goes, and she can't control it. So until she can actually really manage it, they're like, you can't live on your own. So, but yeah, she's amazing. Baylin Out Loud, that's the show. If anyone's curious about it and curious about watching it, it's actually a really amazing show. I'm so glad they have something out for people to really actually watch and learn from. Yeah, and just get educated by. It's so powerful. It's so great. What are you looking at now?
I'm gonna do like neurological diseases, heavy metal detox. Let's see what comes up. Oops.
Oh.
Still on that, but just in a different route now.
No, I was saying to your dyslexia.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's strategy, no.
I think it's going to tell us all just like things of like
how heavy metals damage the brain. Let's listen to that real quick. It's only 45 seconds. See, it's like, you know what? Hold on. Yeah. I got to explain something. You know what? Like working with you on this podcast is like me being on like CNN and they're like, you got 2 minutes to fucking tell all this shit. I swear to God, it's like, we got time. We can be here for fucking hours if we have to, but
we can't. We don't know when Soul's coming back and we have to go to the gym.
You have to go to the gym. I can be here for hours.
Wait, but I thought you wanted to come with me.
I was going to go with you? Oh, I guess I could.
That's what I thought you said. That's why I'm taking my time here. For that, I would have been at the gym a long fucking time ago.
I guess I could. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, of course I started it. A new. Oh, why did I do this? God damn it.
What happened?
Oh, now I got to change the. Once again, all by myself here. All by myself. Just gonna switch this up. Here we go.
All by myself.
Impact the brain.
Okay.
Very bad. And if you don't have good.
How do heavy metals impact the brain?
Very bad. And if you don't have good detoxification pathways, you can really have a buildup of arsenic and mercury and lead, which is why it's really a good idea to not give kids vaccines with mercury in them. So mercury-free vaccines. And I go, oh, but it's so little. But, oh, you're giving kids like 60 vaccines. It's like you want them to be mercury-free.
Is it linked to autism, or is that...
There's some evidence it is. Most of the evidence says it's not. But there is a gene environmental interaction that I'm absolutely convinced is causing autism.
How do heavy metals impact?
I mean, there's that, but there's probably all kinds of stuff.
This is what we should do for the next one, is that we should actually
we could do that. I'd
look
love to
through a
fucking
lot
do
of this
that.
stuff and then really actually get into that, because
Nerve testing.
that's something that's very
Have you know? Let's just see what
No,
this talks.
let's
You know,
not.
you're already done. I gave up my fucking.
Hello, I'm Dr.
40
Brand Gibson,
seconds.
and today I want to talk to you about another test that we actually will do for our peripheral neuropathy patients. This is to test for a type of toxic neuropathy caused.
All right, well,
This is long. That was really long.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah, fucking crazy.
All right. I'm going to wrap us up. So anyway, hope you guys have a rest of, good day. I'm going to go to the gym, which I'm really excited about, and get my bowl.
Get your addiction on. All right, you work on that, and I'll work on my.
It's a nervous tick if you only do it in nervous situations. I'm telling
I
you,
clear
pay
my throat
attention
all
to
the
it.
fucking time.
No.
Like even right now. I have to clear my throat.
Joe, you do it in nervous situations. when
I
you're
don't get
talking
nervous.
to yes, you do. You have anxiety. I don't know what you're talking about. You just maybe are not aware of it.
Yeah. And when do I not know what I'm talking about? Jesus. I guess you'd never know unless you heard me cough.
Pay attention. Watch. We're going to come on here next Sunday. You're going to be like, oh, I have noticed this clearing of my throat that I do in specific situations. You're being triggered by it. I'm telling you.
Well, once again, I didn't even get to my point of that, of like being able to be with yourself is it helps resolve some of those things, like meditation and just like being still
Well, because that
with
helps
yourself.
with anxiety. So if it's a nervous tick, then yes, that would help.
So between that and a heavy metal detox, you can get rid of all your Tourette's.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next week.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Love you.